Trinity hides her scars but can't unsee them.
I look in the mirror now and I still see that engraved in my chest. I really wish it wasn't there.
Trinity says she was forced to carve into her body by members of a violent online network of predators called 764. She says they also forced her to share sexually explicit images and even goaded her on when she attempted suicide.
I was having a mental breakdown and I lifted up my shirt and I said, "Look what they've done to me, look what they've done to me, I can't take this anymore."
Trinity reported her exploitation to the RCMP in Red Deer in July 2021. But she and her mother Maria didn't feel their case was being taken seriously until years later when a detective in North Carolina started looking into Trinity's case.
Hearing Trinity say, "This is what he did to me," it still is hard to wrap my brain around.
For their safety, we're not using their last names.
Maybe they didn't take it serious that way because she was the one holding the knife, but it should have been taken serious.
Police say 764 and its related groups are terrorizing thousands of children around the world. Its members prowl on popular platforms and lure vulnerable minors into private groups where they push them to self-harm, hurt their pets, and kill themselves.
The most horrendous part about it is it's minors doing this to minors. And we're talking about 13-year-olds targeting 16-year-olds, 16-year-olds sextorting 11-year-olds.
Alberta police identified the first official 764 case in Canada last year when they arrested a 14-year-old in Lethbridge. Argentino says there are now likely members and victims in every province and territory, and the threat is moving offline. A recent school shooting in Nashville is linked to 764. Several stabbings in Sweden and the murder of an elderly woman in Romania are also tied to the group. The RCMP now calls 764 a terror threat.
There is active threat actors, including in Canada, that are actively engaging in violent acts on children and encouraging them to commit terroristic acts.
RCMP issued a public safety advisory last summer, 3 years after Trinity went to police.
I am glad that they're listening now. I don't ever want to watch another child suffer the way that my child suffered.
The FBI and the RCMP have spoken to the family in recent months, but no one has been held accountable for Trinity's abuse.
Joanna, it is shocking that most of these cases involve minors victimizing minors. What's next for those who've been convicted?
Many of them in the U.S. especially are serving long sentences, but here in Canada, the focus seems to be more on rehabilitation. So we spoke to experts in Edmonton who help reintegrate extremists into society. They're the first ones in Canada dealing with 764 members. Both are minors referred by the courts. And they told us often predators have their own history of abuse and that with the right intervention, they can develop compassion and empathy. And they say that's critical because they're so young. Without that intervention, the risk is they'll become more entrenched in their thinking.
Joanna Emiliotis, thank you.
Thank you.
The Fifth Estate's investigation airs tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on CBC Television and GEM. You can also catch it on YouTube tomorrow afternoon.